Well, it's almost racist to describe you guys as racist, anybody called Karen.
Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another video with your boy, Eamonn. And today we're going to be talking about the Karens have finally had enough. Before we get into today's video, I'd just like to remind you to click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Click the like button if you enjoyed the video. And click the notification bell if you want to see more videos like this one. But before we get into the video, I just want to give a massive shout out to everybody who supported me on Patreon. And if you want to join those people, go check in the description box below. Now, throughout the ages, every section of humanity has had a struggle against oppression at some time or another. Now, this history goes back literally thousands of years, fam. Even if we just take a look at the British Isles, for example, 2,000 years ago, Queen Boudica was fighting against Roman oppression, fam. And ever since then, periodically, the same things happen. People have had to fight for their rights, bruv. Just take a look at the battle we had to go through in the last century just to secure basic rights for our workers, fam. So then we fast forward to the year 2020, and on a daily TV show that airs in Britain, a few guests came on who wanted to continue that illustrious history of fighting against oppression. And to find out what kind of oppression they're facing, let's take a little listen to the first little clip of the video. Check it out.
It was the second most popular baby name in 1974. I'm talking about Karen. 50 years on, Karen has taken on a completely different meaning.
Kind of like how Eamonn was a popular name for Irish boys, but now it's just associated with daytime TV hosts who cynically pander to an agenda they don't even believe in just to keep their paymasters happy. But you know, language changes over the years, Eamonn.
Yeah, according to Urban Dictionary, Karen is the stereotypical name associated with rude, obnoxious and insufferable middle-aged white women.
Can't forget racist as well, Ruth. That's actually the main thing they're known for, but calling cops on people for having a barbecue and thing. And by the way, don't think I ain't noticed that Ruth over there has got the maddest Karen hairstyle herself, fam. Maybe that explains why she's already looking offended, bruv.
But its new negative meaning has left lots of real-life Karens up in arms, not surprisingly.
Oh no, the real-life Karens are up in arms, as opposed to the digital Karens who are brandishing arms in the faces of innocent protesters and random black people.
It all started off about a couple of months ago, and I just noticed a few sort of memes and TikToks going on, and you know, it started off being quite funny, if I'm honest, and then it when the Black Lives Matter protests started, and there was a lot of media putting Karen as racist.
I'm sorry, love, but as soon as Karen became a term for a certain type of white lady, it always had connotations that said that the white lady in question would be racist, fam. The term Karen was never a cute and fluffy diss in the first place, so stop lying when you're saying you found it funny, bruv. And then you say you only started getting upset around the time of the Black Lives Matter marches. Well, I'm sorry, but that's kind of an indicator into the fact that you might be a little bit of a Karen.
It sort of took on a life of its own. And I feel that we can't, as Karens, now talk about how this is affecting us.
I feel that as Karens, we now can't talk about how this is affecting us. What do you mean as Karens, bruv? Like everyone called Karen is part of an ethnic group or something, fam. Well, we, the delegation of Daniels, feel that society shouldn't be the way it is. So therefore, the delegation of Daniels, shut up, bruv.
So I set up the change.org to, you know, just to show that actually, you know, this is not fair for us to have to put up with this. You know, we're labelled as, you know, racist, entitled, anti-maskers, and we're just not that sort of person.
We're labelled as racist, but we're not that sort of person. I think what Karen over here is doing is assuming that every single Karen is one person. Is she trying to say that Karens are like the Borg or something? Hive mind thing. Well, I'm called Karen and I'm not racist, even though I don't like that stinky geezer down the corner shop.
It's just totally unfair, and we want the media and the tabloids and the papers to stop using our name to describe racist people. I think you should describe racist people as racist and not use our name.
Well, it's almost racist to describe you guys as racist, anybody called Karen.
Did my man just say that it's almost racist to describe Karens as racist, bruv? Oh yeah, the famous race of Karens from Carolonia who live on the Karenopolis of Karentown. Come on, Eamonn, bruv.
So much so, when we come to you, Karen Trigg, on the end of our screen there, this has disturbed you so much that you're actually thinking about or planning to change your name from Karen.
Disturbed you so much? Are you crazy, bro? Pathetic!
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much certain at this point. I can take a joke.
Well, clearly not.
But it's got to the point where people are describing the name as someone who's racist. It's linked to so much bad stuff. it's spilling into my everyday life now. I just want to nip it in the bud and stop it from affecting me on a deeper level.
So what you're saying is people using the name Karen in a derogatory sense is affecting you so badly that you feel like you've got to do something drastic in your life to change that fact. But then watching black people being racially victimised due to the colour of their skin provokes no reaction in you. Well, that speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Do you feel embarrassed then, Karen, to tell people you're called Karen?
Oh, yeah, definitely. At work, I have a name badge and I try to hide it.
Are you taking the mick, bruv? You hide your name badge because you're ashamed of your name, bruv. What do you think is going to happen, fam? Oh, yeah, my name's Karen. What? You're called Karen? Nah, that's not right, bruv. I'm not having it. How can you be called Karen? I'm not having it, bruv. No one cares what your name is, Karen. Stop hiding your name badge and making yourself a victim, bruv.
Karen Masters has started a petition. You started a Facebook group called Karen's United. Why did you feel so strongly about this?
I did. Actually, it wasn't in response to this. I made the Facebook page back in November when it really wasn't this nasty. It really wasn't awful.
So basically what she's saying is when people used to refer to Karens as women who used to want to talk to the manager and that, she was fine with it. But as soon as they started being accused of being racist, oh, shit's kicking off now, boy. See how she refers to it as nasty and awful, describing how hurt she is by these accusations and that. And here she is running a campaign to stop Karen being used in a nasty and awful way, but you don't give a damn about the actual racism that Karens are being accused of. You're more concerned with being called a racist than actual racism.
The racist connotations, if people don't know, back in May there was a video of a white American woman, Amy Cooper, who was asked by a man who was bird watching in the park, a black man. He asked her because she put her dog on the lead, and she called the police and said her life was being threatened by a black man. And then people online then were saying, labelled her as a Karen. So that's, I think, where the racist connotation
Even though she wasn't even a Karen.
She wasn't, no,
she was an Amy.
She's an Amy. And has that, do you think, Karen Surface, is that what's made this become a lot more serious and upsetting for Karens?
Yes.
So again, your takeaway point from an incident of serious racism is the fact that they used the name Karen to describe the racist woman whose name was actually Amy. That was your takeaway point from that incident. And you wonder why no one cares about this, bro.
It just took off from there. And it's gotten worse. We now have women that will be harassed in the grocery store, wind up in the parking lot crying.
Hey, what's up, love? What's up? What's going on? They called me Karen. Come on now. I mean, seriously, come on, bruv. There's so many more important things to worry about than your name being a meme, fam. My name, Danny, is used to describe a woman's private parts. Who cares, bruv? Look how sensitive you are over people making a few jokes around your name when there's people out there who are getting discriminated against and actually murdered for the colour of their skin, bruv. Fix up, bruv.
It's ridiculous. I mean, you think if this applied to any other name, there would be completely outcry about this. I really don't know how this has been allowed to grow the way it has. But Karen Trigg, all I would say to you is I suppose you associate a name, whether you like it or don't like it, with someone you've previously known. So you wouldn't call your child, maybe if you had a bad experience with a teacher, you wouldn't call your child a name that reminded you of that teacher or something like that. But all I can say, Karen, I've only ever known lovely Karens.
Well, Eamonn, I know you're not the smartest guy, but if you remember at the beginning of this whole interview, you said in 1974, the second most popular name in this country was Karen. And then if you take a look at the name Karen itself, it was actually most popular between 1965 and 1974, which means that most of the people called Karen now are middle-aged. People don't use the name Karen because people called Karen are horrible. They use it because it's a popular name among the demographic that often perform these racist actions like calling the cops on innocent black people, etc., etc. There's actually logic behind the usage of the name Karen in this circumstance if you can be bothered to look for it. But you're obviously more interested in trying to equate the usage of the term Karen to racism, bruv. But anyway, that is genuinely one of the funniest videos I've ever seen, bruv. So many delicious Karen tears on display. I've just been drinking them up all morning, fam. But anyway, that about does it for today. I just want to thank everyone who's been watching the video today. And don't forget that if you've enjoyed the video, click that like button right now, and also don't forget to subscribe and turn notifications on to see more videos like this one. So yeah, once again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time, and